Now I would like to invite Professor Hemant Kaushik. He's currently a professor at IIT Guwahati. He was a student, PhD student of Professor Jain at IIT Kanpur.
A very good evening to everybody. I was third student of Professor Jain, third PhD student of Professor Jain. Whenever I think about Professor Jain, there are many things that come into my mind. One of the best things that came is one of his famous dialogues that he made in 2000 while scolding me. He said, "Hemant, if you can't resist, then you enjoy it." And for obvious reasons, I'm cutting short this dialogue. Those who have not heard him saying this is the time you must hear him say the entire dialogue. It was May 1999 when I first met him at IIT Kanpur, when I visited his office for collecting some literature for my master's thesis. When I met him, I was really surprised when he asked me that I'm supposed to show him all the literature and prepare a small report before I leave. I thought, here is this man who is so busy with his work, so many activities he's involved in, but still he's interested. He has some time to actually check what I'm doing, a stranger is doing in his office. 1 year later, I joined him as a research associate at IIT Kanpur after completion of my MTech. And I looked at him, I admired him for what he was doing, the way he was working, his style, his passion for work, his responsibilities, everything. Perhaps that was the first time that I decided that I wanted to become a faculty member in an IIT. Till that time, I was not sure what I'm supposed to do. So one fine day, I asked him that, "Sir, I want to do PhD with you." So he said he would be happy to work with a bhoot like me. So he used to call me bhoot. I mean, I don't know the actual reason why he used that term. But anyway, so he agreed. And I left his room happily, went for lunch, and announced this in my mess, Hall 4 mess. One of the senior PhD students, he took me to a corner and said, "Are you serious? Are you crazy? I mean, have you seen an astrologer before talking to him? You should show your hand." So I said, "But what can I do? I have now already spoken to him." So he said, "Do you know, yesterday only 2 PhD students were terminated from IIT Kanpur." So I said, "What is this termination?" So then he explained that if you don't perform, you will be terminated. And there is a high chance that I might get terminated. He told me that SKJ, like we used to call him SKJ will make you work so hard that you will run away. So then I said, perhaps this is a better time to get married to my girlfriend so that one can run away from his PhD supervisor, but how can one run away from wife? 6 months later, I married, and he supported me a lot. By that time, I took admission. And then came a moment of 1-2-4 in my life. I entered IIT Kanpur as a single. And when I left, after completing my PhD, of course, we were 4. So he supported me throughout my PhD a lot, personally as well as professionally. There were many moments, actually. There are so many things that I can remember. But one thing that I would still want to learn from him is time management skills. I have never seen in my life someone with better time management skills than what Professor Jain has. And that is perhaps the reason why he is where he is now. During my PhD, we had interactions with different projects, different research activities apart from my PhD. In every activity, I learned so many things from him that at that time, perhaps I was thinking that, is this what I'm supposed to do, or I'm supposed to do my PhD? But then, after so many years, I realized that this was those moments of my life actually helped me getting more independence, getting my thinking better. So I wish to thank Professor Jain for giving me that independence, giving me those little moments of life at IIT Kanpur. When I look back, I still feel that I could have done much better. There were many more things that I would have done, but then when I think now that were those days better or these days better? So, I mean, frankly speaking, I don't regret those days. He was not giving me time. That time I thought, what is this? I must get time. He was giving me so much independence that I was thinking that I need some guidance, not that much independence. But today when I stand here, I look back and I think that that was necessary, sir. So thank you for making me what I am today, an independent person, and perhaps those are the reasons that what I am today. So from Snehal, my wife, from my kids, Palak and Aryan, and from my own behalf, I would just want to convey a lot of affection and love to you, sir. We all love you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Hemant.